William Hill sponsors IFL TV.
I'm the man to beat Daniel Dubois. You're going to sleep.
Umar Ahmed, IFL TV, MTK Global, joined by Dean White. How was Dubai?
It was lovely, man. Nice and hot, man. You know, take me back.
Good food?
Wonderful food, wonderful nightlife, wonderful day life. Good, good. You know what I mean? Needed a little bit of a break, and yeah.
All right, Dean, we haven't spoken since that night at Madison Square Garden. Joshua lost to Ruiz. Just what was your reaction at the time?
Do you know what? I was absolutely stunned, shocked, amazed. Do you know what? I always said that it would be a difficult fight because Ruiz is underestimated. You know, a lot of people kept calling him the fat guy. Even though myself, I called him the chubby monster. But listen, I knew I was just mocking because I like to have a laugh. You know what I mean? But I called him the snicker monster, loads of names. But I knew he was technically very good. I knew that his speed would give Joshua a lot of problems. I thought it'd give him a lot of problems earlier, but Joshua would adjust later on. But saying that, we've got to give him credit. He got the win. He put the pressure on and delivered. Joshua didn't look himself. You know, I've got to give it that. That's from my perspective. Looking at him, he didn't look himself. And you know, I don't know, the walkout. When he was in the ring, there was rubbing his neck. Loads of little things that seemed a bit off. His jab didn't seem so sharp. He's jabbing from quite low. There was lots of little things. But listen, at the end of the day, he still nearly beat him. So if he did win, we wouldn't be talking about the ifs and buts and the rubbing on the head and all the other kind of things.
He knocked him down in the third round.
You
if he stayed down, no one would be talking about that.
But that's where, yet again, the patience sets in. See what I was just talking about with Sinclair about the patience. See if Joshua showed a little bit more poise and patience when he hurt him. And maybe fainted a little bit or something. Maybe that's not his style really, but you know, that gave him something, so he kind of swung, and then it kind of picked him off a little bit easy, but he ran straight onto a punch and he never recovered. So, and that's boxing, and that is boxing. So he's got a hard task on his hand now in the rematch, wherever they're going to make that rematch. And
who's your money on?
Listen, it's crazy, you know. As an English guy, as a person who knows Joshua, and you know well I like him. He's done good for UK boxing. I want him to win. It's just down to if he can fine-tune some things and bring it all back and it all come together on the night. And it depends where it is. If it's in Mexico, he's got a big problem. I doubt it will be in Mexico. But if it's back in the UK, which I believe it will be, I think he'll be a lot better. He'll be sharper. But what I think is his coach gave him a little bit of good advice as far as I was concerned, because I heard him say double jab right hand, and I think he needed to do that by pushing him back and stepping in with the right hand. I'm not the mad professional, but I definitely know, you know, a little bit about boxing. And it's
he was asking some strange questions on the corner. Did you pick up on that?
Yeah, I saw that. But that yet again is because he was concussed. Obviously he got buzzed and he didn't. It is weird. I've never seen that before. But I mean, there's a first time for everything. You know what I mean? But I think his coach was giving him good advice. He said, listen, double jab right hand, and he weren't doing that. And I think he needed to back Ruiz up, because Ruiz kept pressing him back, and he was countering him quite quickly. But I think hopefully in the rematch he'll have a look and try and readjust and do this stuff what he needs to. But styles makes fights, man. It is a bad style for him. You know what I mean? Like,
do you think he should take the rematch?
A lot of people are asking that same question. You know, I'm not sure. He needs to, because if you walk away from it, you know, you might never live it down. But then yet again, if you lose in the rematch, ooh, big problem. I don't want to say you're totally done, but it reminds me somewhat of the Thompson and Price era. You know what I mean? So it's a real tricky situation. You know what I mean? What he could find himself in. But like I said, I hope, you know, he goes back. He's relaxing now. He's relaxing. He's in the sun, or he was in the sun. I don't know. I think he might be back now. And hopefully, you know, he seemed to have taken it quite well. Maybe a bit too calm, some people would say. And hopefully he comes back and he goes and looks in the corner. But I think, you know, goes and does the right thing. A lot of people saying they should get rid of McCracken. I don't know. You know, he's been with him a long time. But like I said, he did give him good advice as far as I was concerned. You know what I mean? Double jab, right hand. And it was there. You know what I mean? I know the kid was, Ruiz was bobbing a lot, but you know what I mean? I think the double jab would have helped him.
Especially with the reach.
You know? So let's see how it goes, man. But I wish him all the best. I hope he does come back, but I think that was a big shock for the world and everyone. And now Ruiz can have his time and enjoy himself, and hopefully Joshua can regroup and come back bigger and stronger, because you know we've got a great time in the UK with heavyweight boxing and other division that are thriving, you know. And there's a lot of domestic fights, you know. My bro, I would have been happy for him and him to fight him and took the box. That would have been great, because then they could have had a trilogy, you know. And then even Tyson Fury here, you know that kind of thing. So and now you've got Deontay Wilder sounding off at the bit every chance he's given. I think, to be honest, I think Joshua does a better job with him than he would do against Ruiz, because styles make fights.
Really?
Yeah, I think for me, I think obviously if Wilder hits Joshua, it's a whole different thing. But I mean, in terms of he's 6'8", Joshua's 6'6", you know, the normal upright, robust style, and he is quite fast. He's got a deceptive jab, but I think, you know, if Joshua boxed well, I think he would box a little bit better. He's fighting a smaller guy who slips the shots and comes over with the left hook. And he was throwing double lefts and then going back to the right. And what Joshua was doing was leaning back with his head up. And that's how he kept getting caught. Kamama was throwing 3s and 4s. You know what I mean? And he kept catching him. But listen, I don't know. Just my opinion.
Dean, Eddie said that White rematch is going to be for the interim title.
Yeah.
So the winner obviously should be mandated for the WBC title. Now, if White can obviously, he can't overlook rematch. He's a fantastic fighter.
Yeah.
But whoever wins that fight, let's say, Bob Arum has said that they're going to do 3 fights, so 2 more fights with Wilder and Fury. So basically, he said that the mandatory thing is going to be out the question.
I heard that already. Yeah, I heard he wouldn't be fighting a mandatory for some time if that was the situation. But you know, we'd have to look at it when it comes. You know, there's other options. Let's see what happens with the IBF.
What about the winner of Joshua Ruiz?
That's a possibility also. And the IBF, if they strip Ruiz, I don't know what the situation is. I haven't heard anything.
That will become vacant, and then
exactly. So then Pulev is there for that option, as long as it's in the UK, because no one wants to go to Bulgaria. You know what I mean? So let's see how it goes.
But yeah, he's got to do a job on rematch first.
Exactly. We don't want to overlook that. That's the worst thing you can do. I don't know if Joshua was overlooking.
At that level, I find it strange that anyone would overlook.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't know. They matched him quite hard. I think maybe some people say it might have been even a harder fight than Miller because of the speed, you know. But listen,
we'll see what happens.
Exactly. Only time will tell.
Yeah. All right, Dean. Appreciate your time.
Thanks very much again, as usual, guys.
See you soon, man. You there Friday?
Yeah. I'm gonna
see you there.
William Hill sponsors IFL TV.
I'm the man to beat Daniel Dubois. We're going to sleep.